bring you this clip of Gender Minister Otiko and Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as they address senior citizens yesterday at a luncheon for senior citizens. But stay right there, we will bring you that interesting semi-final encounter between Keta Senior High Technical School, Mauli, and then St. Peter's, right here on the Joy News channel.
The chairperson, His Excellency the Vice President, Speaker of Parliament, the Chief of Staff, Ministers of State, members of the Council of State, members of Parliament, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Nananom, senior citizens, the media, ladies and gentlemen. The 1st of July every year is set aside to celebrate the immense contributions of our senior citizens to the development of our great motherland. We say Otiko to all our aging and aged across the length and breadth of Ghana. The Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection is the sector ministry that handles the issues of the aged. And so on behalf of all aged persons in our country, we are grateful to the Almighty God for the lives of our aging group in Ghana and for their contributions. In Twi, there is a saying, "Se penyi eni ufia die, na se penyi ewo ufia eye adepa." To which, if there is an elder in your house, it is a good thing. But when there is no elder in your house, then we are sorry for you. We feel blessed to have our aged. We also want to thank our President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, for arranging this get-together to celebrate our gallant senior citizens once again. Distinguished guests, we were all young once. Everybody who is born, from the day you are born, you are bound to grow old. This makes old age inevitable, and therefore issues affecting older persons must be of utmost importance to all of us. The population of the elderly in Ghana has increased by 7-fold, and from the 1960 census, we have 213,477 aged, and it has risen as per the 2010 to 1,643,381. This is a blessing to the good people of Ghana, because the roles of the elderly in traditional society cannot be underestimated. In our society, we are brought up to respect our elders. And even in the selection of our traditional rulers, we always go to the aged for our answers. As a result, senior citizens have vital roles, and they are vital models or role models who are our backbone, our rock, who are still deemed, and we feel, very useful to the development agenda of Ghana, because they still impart knowledge and pass on skills and experiences. They usher and nurture younger people into adulthood with their rich life experiences and examples. Mr. Vice President, our senior citizens are, however, faced with challenges concerning, in particular, their health, pensions, accommodation, feeding, and lack of structured engagement. So the efforts being made by the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection to better manage these challenges and issues affecting the aged include the draft Aged Persons Bill. The ministry has been engaging in stakeholder consultations to finalize this draft bill, and we will present same to Cabinet for approval and then lay it in Parliament this 2018 for it to be passed into law. We have 25,000 urban elderly welfare cards that have been issued in all the 10 regions to facilitate easy access to public social services as a pilot. Based on that, plans are far advanced to introduce the Freedom Pass for the aged, which will help them gain priority access to facilities such as banks, transport operators, hospitals, and other services that the elderly require. Thank you. We have been working with the Minister for Transport to ensure that they enjoy free services of the Metro Mass Transit Program. In collaboration with SNIT, their pensions in the formal and informal sector are being reviewed to meet emerging issues. The ministry, through its Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty program, collaborated with the Ghana National Health Insurance Authority to register 304,183 elderly persons above 65 years onto the National Health Insurance scheme across the nation, and we will be expanding on that. So if we have not yet gotten to you, please be patient. We will be coming to ensure that you're put onto the National Health Insurance scheme. The ministry, through the LEAP, has provided a cash grant to 259,853 persons who are above 65 in extremely poor households to smoothen their daily consumption. To better improve the health of aged persons on the LEAP, the ministry is engaging with health workers to provide health screening in the area of cancer, blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, and education for the elderly during the LEAP bi-monthly cash payments. As part of the ministry's efforts in addressing the health care of needs of the aged, we are again collaborating with the Ministry of Health and the Ghana Health Service to mainstream geriatrics into the healthcare service delivery in Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, 12% of the elderly has one or more type of disability or other. And so the ministry has therefore developed the Ghana Accessibility Standards for the Built Environment to ensure that all public institutions are disability friendly. And this will help the aged to be able to have access to such environments. The ministry is also in the process of ensuring that we start a new initiative where Ghana will have a day recreational center for the aged. Is in its baby initiative. This will provide them with a social center, Madam Ya, that we could go as elderly people to interact with each other, play draft, check how to use the internet, and socialize. I would be bringing this proposal to Cabinet indeed, so that we can even have one district, one senior citizens center. Chairperson, Your Excellency the Vice President, as we mark this year's special Senior Citizens Day, the ministry will be engaged in a month-long activity program, and we will be inviting you to its launch to ensure that throughout this month and beyond, we bring out the issues that affect the aged to the forefront. Beyond this, I challenge all of us to support all our elderly through volunteerism and collective responsibility in the well-being of our elderly. We must take action, people of Ghana, to stop the discrimination, marginalization, and demonization and disrespect of our elderly, particularly the old ladies who are treated as alleged witches and are maltreated and even burnt to death. I want to salute all older persons, especially our president, our speaker. I've just been informed by the chief of staff that she's in this august group. And also, we are grateful to all our senior citizens. So please, wherever you are, I want you to indulge me. Turn around and give an older person a hug in this room. just turn around and give an older person a hug. And wherever you are listening, also turn around and give an older person a hug, some food, and show some love. Otiko once again to all senior citizens. Long live our elders, long live the aging, long live the aged, and long live Ghana.
Members of the Council of State, the Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament, former Chief Justice, my beautiful wife Samira, the Chief of Staff, our host minister, the Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection, Ministers of State and Deputy Ministers here present, CEOs, boards of institutions, our cherished heroes and senior citizens, Nime, Name, Nananum, Nanama, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a pleasure to have this day, July 1st, celebrated in commemoration of the significant efforts and the struggle made by our senior citizens towards the development of our country. I bring you all Otiko and greetings from His Excellency the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who could not join us here today as he did last year because of his attendance of the AU Heads of State Summit in Mauritania. So I'm here in his stead. The good books, whether you look at the Bible or you look at the Quran or the Torah or whatever you are looking at, the message that God seeks to give us is clear. Even in the 10 Commandments, it's stated clearly, honor thy father and thy mother. And so our honoring of our senior citizens is very much something that God wants us to do. We say in Africa that it takes a village to raise a child. And so all our senior citizens are part of that village that have raised us who are yet to get to that place. And so we continue to honor you, and we should continue, and we will continue to honor you. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, July 1st is set aside by the nation to celebrate the contributions of older persons in building our country, Ghana. It gives the President and the government the opportunity to have a face-to-face interaction with senior citizens and to express the nation's appreciation for their long, dedicated and fruitful service to Ghana. Let me express the profound gratitude of the President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and all Ghanaians to you for the dedicated and persevering service you have rendered to this country. Yes, some of us may be slow, some of us may have challenges, but we believe that there is still a lot of capability in you. I urge you to continue sharing your experience and wisdom to building a good society for the future. You are still our valuable human resource. The Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection has outlined several programs that will be undertaken by government with the participation of senior officials during this month across the country. We have over 1.6 million elderly in this country, and this is a significant group of our citizens that require specific and targeted attention to ensure the protection of their rights and the well-being to maintain their continuous contribution to our society. Already, the National Policy for Aged Persons of 2006 gives guidelines for programming and actions to improve the life of the elderly persons. I encourage the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection to see to the implementation of this policy for better improvements in the lives of our parents and grandparents. Honorable Ministers, ladies and gentlemen, the plight of the aged that we must at all times seek to be concerned about and work tirelessly each day to help address. It's something we must at all times be concerned about. In this case, we will be able to augment government's efforts and interventions towards the well-being of the aged. Government will continue to do what is needed to improve the lives of the aged and provide needed support where and if we can identify them. Already some key government interventions are currently being pursued aggressively. The Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty, the LEAP program, has provided transfer grants, as the Minister for Gender noted, to some 259,853 aged persons who are 65 and above in extreme poor households. And at the end of December 2017, the National Health Insurance Authority also provided 502,301 aged persons 70 years and older with active NHIS membership cards. The LEAP program also targeted 82,189 elderly persons under the exempt category. Government, as the Minister stated, has also introduced the Freedom Pass for the aged persons to assist them gain priority access to social services, such as transport and health, that they may require. This Freedom Pass is to assist the elderly gain a 50% rebate on fares for using services of the Metro Mass Transit. Our cherished and veteran senior citizens, I know that at this stage of your lives, you are more desirous to see the progress of a country that you have and continue to help build. Government recognizes this, and I will want to assure you, on behalf of the President, that we will do all we can to make Ghana a better resting place for the aged and retirees. As we look to the future, we are trying to build a Ghana which is an inclusive Ghana, a Ghana which is going to be a prosperous Ghana. And this is why we are looking and we are working very hard. We have restored macroeconomic stability. We have brought in the free senior high school education so that our children in the future can be in better positions to look after themselves and to look after us as a nation. We've restored the teacher training allowances, restored the nursing training allowances. We have brought in the Nation Builders Corps, where we are going to hire 100,000 graduates this year. They will start work by the grace of God next month. We are moving to bring in major reforms in the area of one village, one dam, one district, one factory, to build the sort of Ghana that you have been dreaming about and you have been working hard for all your lives. And we ask you to continue to support the President and this government to make these dreams possible. May I also take this opportunity to remind you of a discussion the President had with you on the July 1st last year, and also with the Council of State on the need to speak out and join government to fight against the ills of our society. We would rely on you to help in the orientation of the entire nation, particularly the young ones, to the realization that we are a nation with a common destiny, and therefore the interest of the nation should override any other interest. Because if we fail as a country, we fail together. And if we succeed, we do so together. We must cherish the peace that we enjoy in Ghana. And we must continuously remind ourselves that we must work at it consciously to guard and protect the gains we've made. On this important day in our history, I wish to urge all Ghanaians to put their political and ethnic and other religious differences aside and help build the country and make it a force to reckon with on the African continent. We should be seen to be indivisible, even in our differences. At this stage, I would like to recognize and note the sad passing of our former Vice President, Emisa Arthur. Can we all just rise for a minute of silence in his memory?